What's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you with the 62nd installment of Black Girls on Television, Part 2. How to Get Away with Murder, you guys. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, everybody. So, Annalise, she's getting prepared for this class action suit. Class action suit, these damn braces. So she's trying to get all of her material together. At the same time, we see that the kids are in their law class. Topic just happens to be class action class. Let me get my words together. Class action suit. Okay, first thing, you got to assemble the plaintiffs. Annalise is getting them together. Then you select your best representative, okay? Out of all of the plaintiffs, who is the best person to be sort of like the spokesperson for the case? And then get your monies together, okay? Annalise needs cash. Where can she get cash from? She thinks of old dear President Hargrove. She goes back to the campus and President is coming out of the office and she was just like, hey girl, let me talk to you for a second. And the President was like, oh no. You know what? I'm not dealing with you. And Annalise was like, girl, I'm here to help. Okay, you still going through the divorce? Don't you need some consulting on that? Go on and let me consult you. You pay me instead of whoever it is that you paying, okay? And that way I get my money and you get some real professional advice and not the bullshit that you're dealing with right now. Easy peasy. Jump over to Connor and his dad's and you know, he's normal, sulky, always halfway depressed self. Oliver is trying to get him to come to his senses. Connor doesn't really care. He doesn't want to talk to his father because his father only cares about money. He's never really cared about anything else. Okay, ruined the family when he came out of the closet and didn't even never deal with Connor. So I'm over it. When Connor walks off, Oliver gets a message from Ted. Okay, I was like, oh, what is this? Ted is one of the dads. Now let's jump on over to Bonnie. We see her talking to Denver. She tells him that she's trying to keep him from having misconduct issues, you know, all that shit that went down with the public defender, the chief public defender. Let me look at Virginia's old cases, you know, see if anything out here would affect you. And he says, okay, that's fine, but just you, nobody else. Now, we see that Michaela has definitely decided that she is going to help Laura, and I'm just like, girl, don't do it! You're going to fuck up your good gig, okay? But what can you tell Michaela, okay? She owes it to her girl, Laurel. Now, back at the office, she's with her mentor, okay? Steen, all right? And Steen still got all the huff and puff, you know? I was just like, that girl knows she can have that face on her, but honey, she is sharp. You best believe she ain't a slave on this one. Michaela, you know, she get to pouring it on too thick, and Steen was like, girl, don't kiss my ass, because that's what I really don't like, okay? You can go on and you can work with me and everything, but we don't need all of the brown nosing. So they're going to meet with their client, who is President Hargrove. And who should be with President Hargrove but her new consultant? That would be Annalise, okay? Michaela sees her like, oh my God, not Annalise. I can't get away from this woman. Annalise is looking like the feeling is mutual. The main order of business is to protect President Hargrove and, you know, Steen and Annalise and Michaela. That is what they're trying to do, but they got to get dirty. What can they do to get to her husband? Okay, now they have video of her being drunk, a mess, falling out, and Annalise was just like, you know, we can countersue because he shouldn't have recorded you. You didn't even know you were being recorded. That's against the law. And at first, they're not really sure if they should do that. And Annalise was like, girl, what is wrong with you? You got to fight back. You can't sit up here and just be, you know, groveling over in the corner somewhere. Okay, the same way that you fought back being an alcoholic is the same way you fight for your damn kids. Jumping back to old Oliver. Oliver goes out with the dads, and, you know, the dads are just talking about, you know, why Connor feels the way that he does. I mean, you know, Connor's real father, his biological father, is just saying, yeah, I guess I did handle that wrong. But I really did admire Connor because he came out and he was the one that made me decide to come out. I always knew I was gay, okay, but it did fuck the family up. But I'm trying to do things better now, okay, and I really want to be here for Connor, so I want you to try to help me do that. Jumping back to Bonnie, she's going through Virginia Cross? She's going through Virginia Cross's cases, okay? She's got boxes all over her office, and real nice Nate comes in there, and he's just like, oh, who's mad at you? Okay, and she was just like, nobody, I'm going through these Virginia Cross cases, and he was just like, okay, you still smoking on that damn Annalise, huh? Listen, I don't want nothing to do with it. He always just be so damn mad when he know good and damn well he always gonna be there for Annalise. Will you stop it, real nice Nate? While they talking, here come Laurel. Okay, she's all upset because Denver is running for attorney general and he shouldn't be running for attorney general. He should be going to jail. How can you let this happen? Bonnie was just like, because I need a fucking job. Okay, I'm an adult. I got bills. So do you. Why don't you act like one and get out of my fucking face? Ooh, that get on my damn nerves. When Denver finds out that Laurel is working for him, you know, he was just like, what is she doing here? Telling Bonnie that. And Bonnie was just like, I hired her as my intern. He was like, well, you need to fire her. And she was like, well, I can't do that. You know, it'll be a discrimination case. She's pregnant. So got to deal with it. She's going to be here for quite some time. Back to Steen and Annalise and President Hargrove and Michaela. Steen trying to get a reading on Annalise. She's heard good things about her, but she, you know, she looking at her kind of like, I don't really know. She kind of seemed like she might be a wreck. And I know that she's very smart. She's got it with her. Michaela tells her, you know, how she hates Annalise, and she was just like, girl, it's fine. I mean, you work with people you hate all the time. Hell, I hate everybody here. But you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm trying to be a bad bitch. I'm trying to teach you how to be a bad bitch as well. I was just like, I hate that. I hate that saying. Especially when black women say it. So that kind of irked me a little bit, but I got past it, child. Anyway, Annalise would appreciate a little help from Michaela and Steen. You know, her trying to, you know, do some paperwork and, you know, supposedly looking through Virginia Cross's, you know, files if she can get them. And they was just like, that's your job, not ours. So Annalise was like, fine. She's walks to the elevator, okay, and Michaela sneaks away and rushes after her, and Michaela was just like, you know, I know it's gonna be tough around here. Let's just try to work together and not have to deal with each other any other way, okay? And Annalise was like, bitch, if you don't get off my elevator. Girl, nobody care about what you think. Now Annalise, she's at her counselor's office and she's, you know, multitasking. She's on the phone. She's trying to talk to the courts about getting these files for Virginia Cross. And she's also typing an email to send to President Hargrove's husband's lawyer, a gentleman named Barry, sending on the video and saying, look, we got this video. That shit was illegal, okay, and trying to get them that way, okay? And then at the same time, the counselor is ready for her to come in. So all this is going on at the same time, and she presses send and she goes on into the office. So when the court person gets off the phone with Annalise, and then here come real nice Nate, okay, he asking about the damn files and everything too. She was like, listen, y'all ain't getting me caught up in y'all damn love, you know, your secret obsession with each other, acting like you don't care, but you really do care shit. Miss me with all this Virginia Cross paperwork. Now back to Annalise. She's at the counselor's office and she's in a good mood. She's got this class action suit happening, and you know, the counselor's, he's still not real sure about it. He asked her about Virginia Cross, and she was just like, what about her? You trying to fuck up my good mood? And I just told you I was in a good mood. And he was just like, why don't you admit why you're doing this? You're trying to distract from what's going on really in the background, which is all the shit that happened with West, the West case. Okay, so now you feel like you owe it to all these people and you want to do this class action suit. Class action suit. And then he even reads what she said at her probation hearing, how, you know, she felt guilty for what happened with West. She was just like, oh, now you want to throw that in my, you know, what do you tell these people about me when you go and, you know, to the probation board? And he was just like, listen, I don't say anything negative. I just give them a progress report once a month. That's it. But do you feel like this whole thing with Wes is your fault? She says, here you go. You about to fuck up today. Okay, well, you want to go there, then let's. And he says, I just feel like, you know, you're doing this because you feel like this is going to make amends, you know, and allow you maybe to grieve. And you feel bad about the whole thing. You feel guilty. Okay, and it looks like he's about to have a breakthrough. Okay, Annalise is thinking about it like, you know what, you might be right, but she doesn't get to say that because her phone rings, kind of just blows all of the moment away, and the counselor can't get through to Miss Annalise. Now, Michaela, she's trying to get these files for Laurel. I said, girl, you gonna get your ass in trouble working with one of the interns or somebody else there at the office trying to get this information, but you know what, she can't get it. At the same time, Annalise rushes back in from the counselor's session, and Michaela was just like, oh, you fucked up now. Okay, you sent the damn email to the wrong Barry. You didn't send it to Barry the lawyer, you sent it to Barry, who is on the board for the school. And now President Hargrove is in there having to fight for her damn job. Oh, I said, Annalise, girl, you can't even blame it on the alcohol. Can't be doing all this shit like my mama used to say. Or she'd be like, Roxanne, you're doing too much. You need to slow down so you can concentrate on the one thing that you were trying to do and then get on to the next. But see, Annalise didn't have that luxury because Michaela and Steen didn't want to help her. So then she goes into the damn office and, you know, President Hargrove is begging like, I'm not drinking no more. No, I'm sorry, sir. No, that's a video that's old. Okay, I promise I'm not doing it anymore. But she's, you know, this is bad news for President Hargrove. When she gets off that phone, she is handing it to Annalise, and rightfully so. You are fucking up everything. What is going on? Why would you send him that video? Okay, Annalise can't say nothing, but I'm sorry I sent it to the wrong person. She was just like, you know what? You don't know anything about losing a child. You don't have a child. And when she said that, my heart broke for Annalise because Annalise couldn't say, I mean, she could say something, but at that moment she couldn't say nothing. She needed to not say anything. She needed this job. She, you know, she can't afford to be fussing back at the president because she definitely was wrong in this. Okay, so she just has to stand there and take it. Okay, but you know, Annalise, she's strong. She takes it. One on the chin. Okay, president was like, where have you been anyway? You been gone? Were you drinking? And Annalise was like, no, I was with my counselor. Okay, I have to go court ordered, you know, 3 times a week. But anyway, she tells the president that she's going to fix this for her. She promises, okay? They have a moment where they're both kind of crying because accidents happen and fuck, everybody's frustrated because President Hargrove wants her kid. She's, you know, doing everything that she's supposed to do. Annalise can relate because she was doing everything she was supposed to do until she kind of fell off of the wagon. And, you know, so they have a moment. And I like their relationship. I like President Hargrove. But like I said, Annalise says she's going to fix it for her. So she takes it on home. Fuck, it's been a long ass day. All right, when she gets off her elevator, you know, here go that old fine ass Frank the creep. I was just like, why is so fucking creepy? I don't like the way they are making fine ass Frank so damn creepy around Annalise. But anyway, you know, he was just like, I got something for you. And she's looking at him like, well, what do you have? And, you know, he's got this big suitcase and he opens it up and it's full of money. He's just like, you know, I figured you needed some money. And she was just like, that is my dead baby in that suitcase. You got your damn nerve trying to bring that money over here to give it to me? Okay, I was just like, okay. Listen, I'm never going to tell people how long they should grieve over a dead child. I'm sure that is painful for Annalise, but Annalise is never going to be able to get on with her life until she can get through this grieving process with her child. I just... You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like the poor woman ain't never going to be able to move on, okay? And Finance Frank should have known, even if, you know, he was trying to do something good for her, she was never going to take that money. So I was just like, what was you thinking, Finance Frank the creep? But I was just like, we going to have to, how long is the poor lady going to be suffering? Oh, that might be wrong of me. That might be wrong of me. But what y'all think? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? Anyway, she was just like, all you do is hurt me. Okay, get out of here. Okay, and Finance Frank was just like, oh, okay. And he leaves. Now, jumping back over to Connor, you know, the dads, Connor, Oliver, Laurel, Asher, they're all together. And, you know, the biological dad is, you know, trying to get close to Connor. They're making drinks. They're sitting around talking. Of course, Connor is still his old surly, just blah self. The father even gives a toast to Connor, and I'm sorry, you guys. That is one of the captains around here. Anyway, he gives a toast to Connor, saying that, you know, that Connor is sort of like his hero, and that he's tried to model his life after Connor's strength. Okay, so, you know, it was kind of touching. Connor still, you know, being a tough ass. He ain't gonna give his dad the pleasure of knowing that he touched him. Back at the office, Bonnie is just like, that damn Laurel, okay, ain't good for shit. She's missing in action. She's talking to fine-ass Frank on the phone, like, she's, you know, I'm at to deal with her hormones and all of that. When Fine-Ass Frank gets off the phone, well, Laurel's actually in the car with Fine-Ass Frank, and he was kind of covering for her, you know, and they sitting there and they talking, and she's still having her moments about Wes, and he tells her that she's gonna be a really good mama, and she was like, please, let's not talk about it. He was just like, well, I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And she was just like, oh, if you're here for me, then let's fuck in this car. Okay, she climbs over and gets on top of him. I was just like, Annalise, She is trying to get in touch with Barry, and Barry don't seem to be wanting to reach back out to her. She gets an email, and it is the notes that the counselor sends on to the board. The progress report, I should say. And you know, the counselor, like you say, she's doing well, okay, doing everything she's supposed to do, coming on time, okay, she is participating, she's not drinking. Yeah, let's let her keep practicing law. She deserves it. Annalise has an idea from this. She goes back and tells Steen and Michaela, listen, let's subpoena the therapy records of President's husband's, you know, his therapy records. That way we can find out something. So they get all that paperwork, and Steen has put the interns and everybody to work. We got to look through all this paperwork. We got to find some shit on the husband, okay? Turns out that they think that he's having an affair with somebody named Sue. So Steen and Michaela and President Hargrove and Annalise are talking, and they tell her about this Sue character, and President Hargrove was like, wait a minute, I know Sue. Now we get back to the bargaining table. You got President, you got Steen, you got Michaela, you got Annalise sitting at that table. And side note, you guys, I was so proud. I know this is a TV show, but I tell you, I love when I see my black girls fist pumping righteousness doing the damn thing. Okay, even though they are fictional characters, it still makes me feel proud to see all of them up there. I mean, they all got fucked up lives, and we don't know about Steen anyway, but everybody else got shit going on in their lives, yet and still they are successful, educated, strong black women sitting at that table across from all of them white guys. I was just like, yes, this does it for me. But anyway, let me get back to the show. So they sit down at the table, and you know, they're just like, oh, he's looking through the notes, and what's this about Sue? The lawyers are just like, Sue is just his you know, the money manager. Turns out that Mrs. Sue was their money manager, and that he illegally hid assets from President Hargrove, okay, knowing that this divorce was coming up, and you know, not wanting her to get to the money, and it's proven by these bank statements. So you know, what we gonna do now? Well, because the husband doesn't want to go to jail, he asked President, what does she want? And she says, look, I want joint custody of the kids, and that's it. $1 million, you know, on the settlement, and that's it. Nothing else. So you're going to take it, and we're going to be done, and you're going to leave it, and you're going to go to jail. Well, he takes it. Next, we see Connor and his dad. They walking in the quad, and the dad is trying to have a heart-to-heart with Connor. Okay, a little tough love. Maybe Connor don't want to be open to hearing it, but the dad has to do what the dad has to do. He was just like, listen, Oliver is a great kid. He's happy with you, yet I can tell that you're not happy with him. Okay, you faking it. Okay, I know. I faked it for many years. Yeah, this ain't you. You catering to this boy, he whiny, you know, he needs, you know, needy and all of that. The good thing about you, Connor, is that even from when you were a child, you were independent, you took care of yourself, okay? You did all of these things, and now you're just kind of dumbing it down for Oliver. So I know you love him and everything, but he's the wrong person, child. Connor don't want to hear it, okay? You got your damn nerves coming up here telling me some shit. You have no idea what the truth is. Back at the law office, Steen is happy that Annalise won that case. Girl, you did that. Very smart. Should have listened to you from the beginning, okay? If you need a job, I got an office upstairs, honey. We will be glad to have you. Okay, Annalise was like, I'll keep that in mind. Annalise doesn't strike me as the law firm type, though. She's walking off to the elevator, and here come Michaela. Annalise was like, child, not again, okay? Michaela, no. You do not get to work here. You do not get to be here with me. I'm finally working for a real mentor. And Annalise was just like, girl, I guess that's your real mentor this time. You got mommy issues. She ain't gonna be your mama, just like I ain't gonna be your mama, girl, though. But I'm gonna leave you to deal with that. And she gets on that elevator, and Michaela can't say nothing. And then we see Annalise go, and she gets those Virginia Cross files. And surprise, there go Real Nice Nate. He's around to help her carry the files to the car. Something wrong with Real Nice Nate. The part that was very hilarious to me, though, was when the counselor is taking his notes, you know, but he's doing them on the voice recorder, and he's just talking about how the subject, which is Annalise, the subject is doing this case, and, you know, it's going to be a strain on her, and he's not really sure if she's doing it for the right reasons. He's afraid that she may relapse. At the same time, we see Annalise telling Real Nice Nate that she's actually doing this lawsuit for Wes. And for the right reasons. And Real Nice Nate gonna tell her that she's never on the damn right side of anything. I said, nigga, are you gonna be with her or against her? Stop all all this foolishness? At the same time, we see Laurel research, and she comes across this name of some guy named Stockton. Okay, she goes and asks Bonnie about it. Stockton is dead. Okay, but look, Stockton is donating money to Denver's campaign. That's got to be my dad. She's telling Bonnie that. And Bonnie is just like, oh, Lord, girl. Then we see Oliver talking to Connor. It looked like what his dad said to him, even though he doesn't want to believe it. It might be true. Okay, he ain't really got time to be talking to Connor. He gonna go out for a jog. I said, child, that man is gonna run all the way to Texas. Back to the counselor. As he's taking his notes, he says that she's recovering from this trauma, and the subject is putting too much on her. At the same time, we see Bonnie and Real Nice Nate talking, and Bonnie tells Real Nice Nate that she thinks that Annalise wants the chief public defender's job. Speaking of Annalise, she's researching everything. Okay, she's still working on her class action suit. Okay, and the counselor says, well, it's all because of Wes. And whenever he brings it up, the subject shuts down. And then he gonna say, that's probably good for me. Because she be all up in my brain, and I be thinking like, oh, I think I might fall in love with this lady, and I can't take it. I said, ooh, Annalise didn't work that magic on the old counselor. He got all nervous and shit. I said, poor counselor. It was just like, she is a trigger for me. She gonna drive me to drink or some drugs or, you know, do something. I was like, child, you better take heed to your notes. Annalise ain't no joke. But anyway, he finishes his notes. His new subject is there, and it's Bonnie. And I was confused, because then I was like, and then he says, come on in. Did he say Julie? I was just like, is she going in as a fake person? Or, y'all know it's always one point in the show where I get confused. So I'm going to need my rock stars to let me know exactly what that was about. But then after that, she walks into the office, and then we fast forward to the 2 months out. Remember, we see Bonnie before walking into, I believe, Annalise's home. There's blood everywhere. This time we get a little bit more, though. We see that Oliver is there talking to the police. Okay, he's got a blanket around him, and he's looking real shaken up. So I guess Oliver is one of the witnesses. And that is how it ended. It's getting better. It's getting good. I love How to Get Away with Murder. Alright, you guys, that's it. Let me get off of here. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Rocks. The channel is for It's Rocks. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.